going to show you Lino Così. Lino Così is a minimalistic accounting application written in Lino. This one is for an Estonian small company. We have an Estonian speaking user. Just look at the menu. So when you log in as Ando, then it's speaking Estonian. We are going to continue in English nevertheless. This is a demo data, fictive demo data, and so there's nothing secret here. We have sales invoices. These are different journals. We have sales invoices, purchase invoices, payment orders, a cash book. These are bank statements. Then we also will have VAT declarations. Let's create a sales invoice, or let's have a look at them. This is the list of existing sales invoices. We can create a new one. Let's talk about the partners. What is a partner? In contacts, we have two types of partners: persons and organizations. These are the persons. Let's say Albert Alexeyev, or we have organizations. For example, Matsalu here. When I double click, then I see the details of a partner. So for example, whether they have open movements or things like this. We wanted to enter just some partner. Let's take this Albert. Now they are all here in this list. Let's take Albert, a private person, and create an invoice. What is to do here? You are going to select a product. These are our products. Let's sell him a metal chair. Let's give him some discount. It's not 80. We will give 5% of discount. 76 total. I can hit Ctrl X to register this document. When I have registered this, then the fields are blue. Then I cannot change anything anymore. But then the ledger sees what has been done. Here I see that there is a debit into the customer's account, and then the sales have been credited, and also I owe now, so I must pay declare some VAT now. A sales invoice, as I created it, and I can also print it out. Printing means, let's go back to that window. Here it is now saying that your printable document should now open in a new browser window. If it doesn't, then you must ask your system administrator. It means that you need to set up your pop-up options of your browser, basically. But the sales invoice is now here in that other window. You might say that's not very beautiful. This is to be customized for everybody. This is just a default template. This was a sales invoice. Let's go back to the home screen, to the dashboard. We can also create purchase invoices. It's a full accounting system. Now let's take Matsalu. I type Mats, and there is only one matching that name, one partner matching that name. I create. Now I forgot to say something. Let's go back to that window. I delete what I just did. This is the demo effect. Purchase invoices. I say plus. I say Mats. And I say that there is a total to pay, because that's so. Then this is manual entry of invoices. I have the partner and the date and the total amount to pay. These are the most important things. I create it, and then I can do secondary data. For example, check the VAT regime. Matsalu Viberg is a private person. Let's set them subject to VAT maybe. Another thing is, so the 1 to 3 euro, Lino has successfully changed them to distributed them. in exclusive and inclusive VAT. Lino did not know which account to use because we didn't configure that on the partner. We can select it here ourselves. These were services, purchase of services, and we can register. Now I see also the totals, and I see also again in my ledger I see the different movements that have been done. I can also record bank statements. We will skip the payment orders, they are very similar, but let's imagine that these invoices have been paid and I receive a bank statement and I'm going to enter it. Oh yeah, okay, let's not do it directly, but we will first look at the existing ones, because with bank statements you are going to check the last one ended with a new balance of 1,400 euro minus. When I say plus, then the old balance of the next is of course the new balance of the last one. I create my thing and then I can say suggestions. There are different ways now. What's the name? Albert was the first name. Here, Lino knows that Albert wants to pay us 76 euro for this invoice. I can select it here, and it's going to be an incoming amount. I can change that amount. Maybe he didn't pay enough, because here we are going to say what he really paid. Another way is to say simply to select the partner. Metsalluwewerks paid something, or there was some transaction, and when I say enter, Lino will see, oh, for Metsalluwewerk there is only one open transaction. This is a purchase invoice, and he suggests that they paid 123 euro. Let's imagine that this is all for that date, for the bank statement. On that date I register this, and that's all. I can now go to via here. I can go immediately here to the partner to jump to the Metsalluwewerk, but let's imagine that we have closed this already. I can also go to the partners here. I see in accounting that there are no open movements. That's true. I can click on it. Yes, it's empty, but I can tell to Lino I do not. The default is to not show cleared movements, but I can say show also cleared movements, and now I see here the credit and then a debit. The credit comes from the purchase invoice, the debit comes from the bank invoice. I can click always among these different things, so I can click on when I want to see the purchase invoice, I click on it and then I see the purchase invoice. Now we have invoices, we have seen the bank statements. Let's also make a VAT declaration. Basically it's here, VAT declarations. You can go via the menu, but this in the dashboard, that's made to maybe more efficiently. I see all my VAT declarations, and let's declare a new one let's imagine that we are already in July and that we declare for June. Oops, yeah, I didn't specify an end period. It means which means that I want only that 1 month. There are no values yet. I need to register my document. When I register it, then it will compute the amounts. There's nothing else to do for me. There are no, except for two fields. These are two fields that I have personally never used. Tapsus Tusset, Minus and Plus. You can enter certain fields manually in a VAT declaration. Let's register it again. It's registered. We see that. What do we see? There are a lot of numbers. Lino computed them according to the Estonian VAT laws. We see that also our sales invoice is somehow there in these numbers. Okay, it is in 1A. 1% määraga maksustavat müügid. Yeah. There are also the Metsalluwewerk is also here. I will decrease the zoom to see a little bit more. declared movements. These are the movements that are being considered here. This is just another view of how Lino got to these numbers. With a VAT declaration, it can happen that you have some number there and you want to know where it comes from. You want to understand it, and it's quite nice to show you all the information where it got this numbers from. And here you see the movements now that are generated by this declaration. The fact of registering the declaration means that I declare to the tax office that I must pay them that amount that I have, that it consists of some VAT due, some VAT deductible and returnable. Now these are different concepts. We're not going to see all the details here. This was a VAT declaration. Basically, I could now send another payment order to pay this VAT declaration. The partner is then Max Dolliard. Oh, there are two of them. That's a demo effect. Here we see that we never paid our VAT declarations. We can look at the suggestions. Oh, there are no suggestions here. There's something wrong in the configuration. Maybe we are missing some clearing rule. No, let's leave this open. We are not going to pay them. It was a demo effect, but I hope that this gave an impression of how Lino Così looks like. If you are interested, you can go to the Lino Così website, where you can find more information about it. Thank you for listening. Goodbye. You're still there?